Alright, so we're doing the next feeder. We're making the next set of beef feed. For a bucket this size, if you're filling it all the way up, you get a full bag of sugar. It's $19 at Walmart. That's not from Walmart. That was from
Sam's.
Sam's? It's from Sam's. Fills up the whole bucket, so you can start putting water in. As the water mixes with the sugar, it starts to go down. I'm keeping it off the sides and bottom now because of that issue we were having. Let's see if it makes a difference. Maybe this batch of food won't have a bunch of plastic particles in it. I used to always try to get like the bottom really good and the sides to make sure we got all the sugar mixed up, but I'm guessing the vortex of this stirring device, drill stirring, it's a paint stirrer that will probably move the sugar around and keep it, make sure it all mixes. That got my eye. I'm really surprised that doesn't burn. It went right in my eyeball. Just because it's the winter, we're going to close all these, the valve up there and the main valve, we're going to drain all these pipes because we don't want that to freeze and crack. And that did, that actually, you can see here, I only have like 3 pieces of little tiny pieces of plastic. That really did make a difference. I will say though, there's more sugar on the bottom. We're going to turn this bucket into a beef feeder. I was using the beef feeder at my house. My bees loved it. That's exactly how I did it. But I had the feeder in the back of my pickup truck, and I really thought that it would have enough weight to hold it in, but even with the top on it, like the bucket must have caught air. It blew out, and I don't even know where. I redrove the entire route looking for it. I couldn't find it. Alright, I'm going to let this settle again. Then I'm going to mix it again because I can see that there's still a lot of sugar in there that hasn't dissolved. You can tell it's not brown like before the other one when I did it. It was like a caramel brown, and that was just 2 smaller bags of sugar. This is a much bigger bag, and I can see that it's very white still. It didn't dissolve properly. So I'm gonna let it set for a few minutes, let the sugar settle to the bottom, and then I'm gonna re-agitate it, see if I can get it to mix well. Yeah, so I'm putting the thing on the bottom and scooping, and there's definitely sugar on the bottom. You can see it there. More mixing is needed. It is actually starting to turn that caramel brown color though. You want it to be as syrupy as possible. Otherwise it's just a waste of sugar and stuff. Believe it or not, sugar water goes bad. It gets this black mold in it. You leave it for like 5 or 6 days. I'm wondering if a darker bucket would be a better idea. I don't know if you could find them in black, but that might be a better idea because the white, the sun still shines through and it allows it molds. Like it's got these black moldy areas. Well, it does mold and ferments, which I imagine is probably not good for the bees. If you're a beekeeper and you know, let me know. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to learn. I need to, the more information I have, the more information we all share, the better off we all are. So this is the top. This is a food grade bucket. It's got like a locking ring. This one's brand new. I've never used it for anything. Look, we already have a visitor. It's not a bee. Seems to be happy to be in there. So I'll make sure the top goes on, locks on really well. And we're gonna walk over to where I'm gonna place it, and then we'll show you what we do to make it a bee. All right, we're gonna pause from the bees for 1 second. I just want to talk to you about this. So this is a chicken waterer that we made. We made this a couple years ago. This is the best way to do chicken water because we have those small little jugs that you like fill with water and turn upside down, and they always leak. The O-ring always goes bad. You fill them up at the beginning of the day, and by the end of the day they're all the way empty. This trash can is like 13 bucks at Lowe's. These little chicken waterers, I know these are all broken, and it's not a chicken waterer today. We're gonna use it for something else. We're repurposing. Chickens peck these little yellow things and it makes water come out. And for like, this will last for 2 weeks. This whole jug of water will last for 2 or 3 weeks, like a long time. But you go on Amazon, you buy these little caps, you drill tiny little holes in the trash can, like this, and then you just screw the cap in, a little nut on the inside, you just tighten the nut up, and then these little cups fill with water, you have the top on here, and it freaking waters your chickens for weeks. When it's time to refill them, you just tuck the top off. It takes a little bit to train your chickens how to peck these, but these are gravity ones. It pushes down when it's full of water, and as the chickens drink it, it floats up, opens the valve and fills with water, and then as more water goes in, it pushes it back closed. This is the other style where the chickens peck it. You got to train your chickens to use these. These are just naturally, they refill. Sometimes there's dirt and stuff that gets in them, so I recommend putting it on top of the center block so it's up a little bit higher to eliminate that. Like I said, we're repurposing this. This is going to be part of our bee feeder. We're going to set it like this, upside down, so that this is up off the ground. We have tons of issues with ants. When I put the bee feeder on the hive, this is where our bees are too in relation to this. And you know, as I'm saying this and looking, there's a huge ants hill. So I'm wondering if this is probably not the best location for this, because there will definitely be ants in this in 5 minutes. But you want it to be somewhere where the bees are going to find it. I don't think it's going to matter. There's going to be ants on this. I would wager before nightfall. Here's how we do it. You take the bucket full of sugar water and you turn it upside down on top of whatever stand you're going to use. I just use this trash can because I have it lying around and I don't want to have stuff just lying around not being used, because then it turns into just junky trash looking stuff. Alright, so you'll see here on the bottom, when you've done this, that there's all these little cups right here, all these little compartments. And if you drill a hole into the bucket from the compartment, it creates little cups of sugar. You got to drill beneath the line, so you got to be careful and drill beneath the line, or beneath the top of the cup. Because if you drill up here, then it'll just come out and it won't stop. But if you drill beneath the line down here, you can see it's coming out. It will fill up the reservoir and then stop. I said that to it stop. So what it's going to do is it's going to drain until there's suction on the top. That's what I meant to say. Like right now it's spilling into this one, and it's probably going to spill into that one and keep going. When there's a negative pressure inside the bucket from the suction of it being let out, it will stop and not just leak all out. I need to drill the rest of these holes. So I will say this though, when you get over to the side, you do it in all the cups. When you get to the side where the handle is, don't make the mistake of drilling that one, because if you drill that one, then it's just going to leak here where the handle is and it will all leak out. You will have no sugar water left. Just kidding. Don't do that. So I made another one of these before, and it was way easier to do it with no sugar water on the inside and drilling from the inside of the bucket to the outside, but you got to be really careful, because if you drill a hole on the top, it's just all going to leak out. All your work's going to be for nothing. Like as I'm going, this is slowing down quite a bit, so it stopped leaking out. And as the bees come, when they come, they will come. They love these feeders. When they do that, there will not be enough leaking out for them to get. Like they will have to wait. Not saying like wait a long time. They can empty this jug, and depending on the number of bees and all that, this would last 2-3 weeks roughly. And I have 2 brood boxes on. I don't know how to tell if you have a queen still, other than to obviously find her. And I'm wondering if my queen died, because I don't see many signs of. I do see some brood, but it's not like at the beginning, man. She was laying in every frame, and I know that other bees can lay, and I'm not sure if what I'm seeing is other bees, but they're definitely not making any queen cells. I've been looking for that. I don't know. I have a lot to learn. I'm still learning. I'm a little bit concerned about my colony right now. That's why I'm doing all this extra stuff to make sure they're fed. So you can see the sugar water has come out, but it's not leaking over, and it's probably because it started making suction here. All these have more sugar water. They have a lot more sugar water in them than the ones in the back, and I'm not sure if it's because it's slightly lean to the front here, or I mean, I'm sure that is the case. You want this to probably be as level as possible. So there we go, and I hope the bees find this relatively soon. We used to take bees on a stick, you know, like I would dip the stick in the sugar water and take it over here and get bees to sit on the stick, and then I'd bring the stick over. Sometimes that would work if I do like 10 or 20 of them, you know, get them over here. So then they have to fly from here back to their colony, and then they get all excited about, ooh, sugar water. Do this little bee dance, it's kind of funny. But I really had to spend a lot of time doing it, so I don't know if it'll be worth it. Maybe we'll do 1 or 2 just to kind of show you how you do it. You come over here with your stick, you get some sugar water on it so it's wet. And then you go to the entrance and you show it to some of the bees. They get really excited. And as gently as possible, take them over to the feeder.
Try not to drown them in the thing.
And they fly from there back to their home. I hope that it means that they like put 2 and 2 together, that there is food here. Otherwise it takes them 2 days to find it. I don't know though, with them having sugar water on top of their beehive, they might be preoccupied with that for a long time, so I'm not really sure. Kind of wish I'd brought some spray paint or black something, or bought a black bucket. Maybe I should have done that, but so that it doesn't mildew or mold on the inside of the bucket and spoil the sugar water. I want them to get fresh. But I'll be checking it to make sure. And so that is feeding the bees. We have fed them. They are happy. They are fed. I'm hoping they survive the winter. I really want them to survive the winter, so that when I order 2 or 3 more beehives, bee colonies from the mail, I will be able to expand, and I'll continue to grow my knowledge and learn. And we'll have honey maybe next year from these bees, and then the year after from those bees. That's our plan. That's what we're going to do. Catch you guys next time. Thanks. Alright, we almost forgot to put a strap around this box. I do want to put a strap around it. Watch this strap not be long enough. Sometimes they break and then you have to use, broken one. It's going to be long enough. I hear them buzzing. They're kind of warning us. They're like, hey, what are you doing? They do this like this yelling at you noise. But I want to strap this to the base stand of this. The reason I want to do that is because I am concerned that something ate that yellow jacket nest. I don't know what it was. I don't think this strap will mess with their entrance too much. But maybe I should move it over slightly. Hey, if I keep messing with them long enough, you guys might get to hear my little girly scream. Little girly scream I make when I get stung. It's totally a thing. Alright, so if an animal comes and messes with the bees, it's going to have to move the whole stand, another hive, and the weight of this hive. So I don't think a little tiny raccoon is going to be able to do that. I'm happy with how this turned out. I'm happy with the fact that they have food. I know for a fact they're going to find that sugar water. And it might take a day or 2, but they will find it. And I'm really happy that we were able to come today and get all this done.